अगर फील्ड के अंदर कोई जानवर कोई लट लग गई है तो वहाँ हम पेस्टिसाइड डालेंगे। आजकल तो इतना कुछ हो गया है कि हम सीड को पेस्टिसाइड में डिप करके फिर हम उसको जर्मिनेट करते हैं। डू यू नो दिस? द गेहूँ, ज्वार, बाजरा, ये जितने भी आपके जो ग्रेन्स हैं, इनके सीड्स को पहले पेस्टिसाइड्स में डिप किया जाता है, उसके बाद उन्हें सो किया जाता है, क्योंकि टर्माइट प्रॉब्लम इज सो मच। सो आई अगेन गो बैक, तो ऐसा जहर जिसके भिड़ते ही जानवर मर जाए, आप सोचिए वो कितना जहरीला होगा। तो हमें एक ऐसा पेस्टिसाइड बनाना होता है कि वो सिर्फ, अगर हम बनाए तो वो सिर्फ मक्खी को ही मारे, या हम एक ऐसा पेस्टिसाइड बनाए जो सिर्फ हम कॉकरोच पे डालें तो कॉकरोच को ही मारे, पर ऐसा होता नहीं है। इट इज़ वेरी वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू मेक पॉइजन्स विच आर टारगेटेड। सो मेकिंग सच पॉइजन इज नेक्स्ट टू इम्पॉसिबल। जहर जहर होता है। So there is a very beautiful quotation by Paracelsus, and it is the first line of my PhD thesis also. Everything and anything is a poison. There is nothing which is not a poison. The dose differentiates a poison and a remedy. Snake venom kills, right? आज हमने देखा, we were so terrified and horrified while we seeing the cobras, because it has a neurotoxin. It really सीधा वो हमारे CNS को इफेक्ट करता है if it is we are bitten. But then at the end of the day, the snake poison is one of the most used poisons in the medicines. So whenever I'm not changing the slides, not yet. I have not started changing my slides. I'm just talking simply. Thank you for being so concerned, Dr. Dwivedi. So when we don't have such targeted pesticides or targeted poisons, then it spreads in the market. It spreads wherever we are spreading. It goes into the environment. It goes into the field. Suppose a farmer is spraying in the field, and in India the scenario is very very bad. Why it is bad? Uneducation and unawareness to the farmers. They don't know what they are playing with. उन्हें यही नहीं पता कि हम किस चीज़ को ऐसे हाथ से उठा के यूँ स्प्रे कर रहे हैं या फेंक रहे हैं। जहाँ 1 mg को आपको 1000 लीटर में मिलाना है, वो आपने हाथ में से ऐसे भर के यूँ फेंक देते हैं। Where does it go? कुछ तो हमारे पेट में जाता है और बाकी बचा कुचा धरती में चला जाता है। So हम तो जहर खा ही रहे हैं, हम साथ में we are contaminating the soil and water also. So these are the certain basic things I wanted to talk, why I want to talk about pesticides. And the thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of reports we have on the net. We have papers which says these pesticides, especially organochlorine pesticides, they are potent carcinogens, they are potent mutagens, they are potent teratogens, they induce diabetes. They induce endocrine failures. They interfere with the reproductive system of humans. And the list is endless. We have never seen cancer so much happening around us. Today every second person is dying of it. Why? How? I'm not saying pesticide is the only reason. It is one of the very important reasons. We all can't live without food. Can we? हम लोग खाने के बिना नहीं रह सकते। इसलिए तो आज ये हालत होगी कि इकोनॉमी has taken over ecology. हर कंट्री को अपनी इकोनॉमी को सस्टेन करने के लिए इकोलॉजी को दाव पे लगाना पड़ता है। आज हम अगर ये डिसीजन ले लें कि आज हम पेस्टिसाइड यूज ही नहीं करेंगे और फील्ड में हम खाना उगाएंगे, I can tell you that half of the country will go hungry. And no politicians and no human can take this decision, let my half country die without food. Not we, not anyone else. अभी मैं बाड़मेर में गई थी and I was talking to people. Clean India Vedanta का एक प्रोजेक्ट था, they have called me to talk to the farmers. So I've been talking to the farmers and especially said कि call the ladies. मुझे औरतों से बात करनी है, क्योंकि मुझे उन्हें कुछ ऐसी बातें समझानी थी जो उनके जानने के लिए बहुत ज़रूरी थी, उनके और उनकी फ्यूचर जनरेशन के लिए। तो वहाँ पे देयर वाज अ ओल्ड लेडी, जिनको हम बूढ़ी अम्मा कहते थे। उन्होंने हमें एक बात बताई कि देखो, हम जीरा उगाते हैं और एक क्यारी हम अपनी अलग रखते हैं और बाकी सारी हम कमर्शियल उगाते हैं। तो मैंने कहा, आप उस क्यारी में क्या करते हो? बोले, हम उसमें दवाई नहीं डालते। मैंने कहा, अच्छा, और बाकी में दवाई की डालते हो? मैंने कहा, सारे क्यों नहीं बिना दवाई के उगा लेते? कहते, अगर हम सारा बिना दवाई के उगाते तो हमारे 40 किलो होता है, और अगर हम दवाई के साथ उगाते तो 40 क्विंटल होता है। आप बताओ, हम कितना नुकसान हमें होता है बिना दवाई के उगाने से। दिस इज द फर्स्ट पार्ट। द स्टोरी हैज 2 clues. दिस इज द फर्स्ट पार्ट, इकोनॉमी, एंड सेकेंड मैंने कहा ये आप अपने लिए। बोले, हमने सुना है दवाई खराब करती है शरीर को, इसलिए हम अपने लिए अलग लेते हैं। So awareness is coming, but again what? Farmers are still, they cannot give away their money. So this is a very, very big question mark. All these things, why I am telling you is, this is the world of pesticides. Let's start the presentation. Manish not changing. Pesticide pollution. What is pesticide? Have taken pesticide pollution, direct toxicity, have taken disruption of food chains. हाँ, अभी उधर क्यों नहीं बदल रहा है? Okay, there are 2 processes. One is biomagnification and other is bioconcentration. ये 2 ऐसे टर्म्स हैं जो इन पेस्टिसाइड्स को इतना हार्मफुल बनाते हैं, इतना ज़्यादा हार्मफुल बनाते हैं कि means whether they become they are just slowly killing yourself. Bioconcentration, अगर हम अगर फील्ड के अंदर हम डाल देते हैं करीब 5 ppm का पेस्टिसाइड, अगर वाटर में हमने डाला तो it goes to the fish and it becomes like 10 ppm. This fish is eaten by bigger fish, there it becomes 15 ppm. Further, that is another bigger fish or some aquatic animal, it becomes 20 ppm. And when man eats it up, it's become 20 ppm, 25 ppm. So what the main thing is कि अगर हम कहीं पे भी कुछ थोड़ा बहुत डालते हैं, वो इंसान तक पहुँचते पहुँचते या टॉप ऑफ द फूड तक पहुँचते पहुँचते 10 गुना, 12 गुना, 15 गुना हो जाता है। इसको बायोमैग्निफिकेशन कहते हैं। और सारे जो ऑर्गेनोक्लोरीन पेस्टिसाइड्स हैं, दे हैव अ बेंजीन रिंग इन देम. Any aromatic compound which has got benzene ring, it goes and mixes with our water systems and then start bioaccumulating inside our body. हमारे खाने में पेस्टिसाइड है, हमारे पानी में पेस्टिसाइड है, हमारी हवा में पेस्टिसाइड है. There was a report sometimes कि some cold drink had a pesticide. It was like havoc created all over the world. Oh, this has got pesticide. By the way, even our water got the pesticide. Cold drinks are made from the water, right? And we don't have any method by which we can separate pesticides either from the vegetables or either from the water. हमारे पास ऐसी कोई टेक्नोलॉजी है ही नहीं. So we have to go through this circle of eating pesticides, living with them, using them in the crop. It's a very noxious kind of a circle. Raquel Carson, I always start my presentation every time with this lady. Her name was Raquel Carson. She's my hero. I think she's a hero of everyone who works on pesticides or any kind of toxicology. She was an amazing scientist. In early 60s, she wrote a book called The Silent Spring. She wrote a book called Silent Spring. So this book had something which, raises the ears of the economists and and the people who were saying, wow, what a green revolution it is. You remember in early 60s and late 50s, there's something which is known as green revolution. उस टाइम पे एक बड़े ही मिराक्युलस कंपाउंड को खोजा गया था और हमने सोचा था अब तो धरती हमारे हाथ में है, अब हम जो चाहे जैसे उगा सकते हैं. उसका नाम है DDT, that is dichloro-diphenyl trichloroethane. Paul Mueller was the one who actually founded DDT. And that green revolution multiplied our crops by 10 times, 200 times, 300 times. It just made a thing beautiful for us. She was the first scientist in her book in Silent Spring. She talked about DDT. She said that we have to regulate the use of this pesticide because this pesticide is having a very great detrimental effect on the wildlife. And then I think मैं कुछ बाद में इसकी बात करने वाली थी, पर मैं अब यहीं पे आपसे बात करना चाहूँगी. If you know the bald eagle story, I don't know anybody, how many of you knows it? Bald eagle is the national bird of USA, United States of America, bald eagle. It's a very beautiful eagle, big bird, and somewhere in early 60s it was found that only 40 pairs are left. जॉर्जिया में सिर्फ 40 पेयर बचे थे. And it was what was found? DDT laden grains were eaten by bald eagle. DDT laden small miniature animals which were eating grazing the green grass which had pesticide, they are eaten by the bald eagle. What this DDT did, it went inside the body of the bird and it interfered with the eggshell making of the bald eagle. It became thin. So as soon as the bald eagle used to sit on it, the shell used to break, because of which no offsprings. So America immediately banned DDT. They started incubation centers and all that. Whatever they can do, they did. And today, if you go to Georgia, I have been there. If you go to Georgia, you see beautiful bald eagles flying in the air. Now they are not endangered, they are all saved. So I think man has become God, you know. If you want to save, you wanted to save bald eagle, you saved. You never wanted to save dodo, you didn't. They become extinct. So this was a very unfortunate story I wanted to share. So Raquel Carson was the first scientist who spoke about the ill effects of DDT. Minamata Bay, it's not somehow related to pesticides, it is related to heavy metals. But since it is a part of a pollution, I would like to talk about here. There is a bay in Japan, Minamata. So there was a village around it, and since the people were living around the river, their main staple food was fish. So there is a Kiso Corporation was a company who started a factory near that village. It gave employment to the people and people were very happy. But what they did, there's an affluent which is coming out of that factory and it was thrown into Minamata Bay. And by God would have it, or luck would have it, that affluent had mercury. That mercury has been got in by bioconcentration, it got into the fishes, snails and everything. Since the people were eating this aquatic animals as their staple food, they all started having symptoms of mercury poisoning. Mercury poisoning, like they have blindness, tremors, and even today, genetic malformations happen, and till today these effects are seen in the people who are living around the Minamata. Of course, after that, once it was found out, Kiso Corporation was like fined in a lot of like in dollars, $1 million or something, and then it was closed also. But side effects are seen till today. This is the Bhopal gas tragedy. I won't talk about it. It happened in our own country. It was horrible, and today still we can see some side effects. CPR is smooth. I won't take much time. I will come here in my presentation. So all this I'm not taking because it is a long presentation. So I'll just come straight away to my research findings, which I would love to share with you all. There are two researches which I would like to, like three researches rather, and these are three big projects which are done by me. First of all, this is my PhD project, and in which we have worked on the women, 101 pregnant women who are admitted to Janamana Hospital, Mahila Chikitsalaya in Jaipur, and there is the two private hospitals, Sanjeevani Hospital and Meera Hospital, Bani Park. They are included in this study. These 100 subjects were humans, and they never had any occupational or accidental exposure to pesticides. So actually this is a big report. Here the results I'm showing are only of human milk. Actually, when women used to come in the third trimester or something, we used to take the blood of the women. After that, when child is born, we used to take the cord blood and the placenta of the women. And after that, on the third day or the fourth day or eighth day, we collected the milk sample of the same woman. So we used to collect 4 samples from each subject, and sometimes in another study where we related that mother's milk is like throwing off the pesticide, we also collected milk at the 40th day of the lactation also, and blood also. So here I'm only going to talk about the milk of the humans, which I studied. So 101 milk samples were collected from these subjects, and they were extracted by the methodology given by Taki and his co-workers in 1983. The calculations are based on biological statistics, and values are expressed as mean plus final standard error. The difference of the pesticide residue levels between different groups was analyzed with the help of student t-test, and insignificance between the residue levels of different groups was just at 5% and 1% level. It will take some time to reflect there. It's lagging actually. So these are the observations. I really hope कि आप लोगों को observations दिख रही हैं. I really hope it's lagging too much, right? Okay. So these are the observations. Doctors कहते हैं बच्चों को कि माँ को कि बच्चों को अपना दूध पिलाएं, right? And but my observations are saying that mother's milk has got so much of pesticides. 97, 75, 100, all so many samples are positive. That means they had this kind of pesticides in them, and that to be level which is beyond the levels approved by WHO and FO. 0.5 alpha SCH, 0.3 gamma SCH, 0.4 beta SCH, so on. If you go to sigma DDT, it is 6.7. So these pesticides are separated in the laboratory, and the small child which is just born is being exposed to these pesticides. And physiologically the newborns are totally different from adults. They don't have this kind of protective systems in them. So this is the one part of the study. Second part of the study says that whenever any foreign chemical or anything goes inside the body of us, suppose mother has got pesticide burden, so since the milk has got the fat into it and these compounds are lipid soluble, they are persistent, they have got long half-life. So they are being secreted and body throws that pesticide out of the mother's body in the milk. And that is being taken by the baby. My another study says that mother milk has got more fat than this packaged milk we get in the market. So shall we and if it has got more fat, it has got more pesticides. And the packaged food has got less fat, it has got less pesticide. So my views is going against the doctors. This is a very big question. मैंने कहा था मैं आपको कुछ प्रश्नों के साथ छोड़ूंगी, मेरा एक और प्रश्न आपके साथ है. पहला मैंने आपको शुरू में बताया था, मेरा दूसरा प्रश्न हमें क्या करना चाहिए. अब दूसरी तरह से वो जब बच्चा अपने माँ के पेट में था, when in the womb of the mother, the cord blood also has got pesticide, placenta also got the pesticides, mother blood also got the pesticide and mother's milk also got the pesticide. So हम तो खुद तो मर ही रहे हैं. We are killing our future generations too. And we all know that pesticides are directly related with preterm labor, abortions, and congenital malformations, teratogens. They are potent teratogens. If child is taking a birth with lot of congenital malformations, the answer is here. The child is being exposed to so many pesticides. Again, I am not saying this is the only thing, but this is one of the very important things. I won't discuss the results here because मैं इससे पहले आपके साथ कुछ और रिपोर्ट शेयर करूँगी. ये मैं बाद में बात करूँगी क्योंकि then it will be repeated. This I won't talk. This I won't talk. After that, I did a project in the place where I'm standing right now, Bikaner, and it was a project of UGC in which we have seen the water, pesticide, the water and the milk sample of Bikaner city. There also I reported pesticides which are far higher than the approved limits of FAO WHO. And in Bikaner we have IGNP. Indira Gandhi Nehar Pariyojana, we all know that water cycle is the life cycle. So water is coming all the way from Punjab, it is through Ganganagar and then it is coming to Bikaner. So it is carrying all kind of pesticides with it is bringing all other impurities as well, but since I'm talking only about pesticide, then it is bringing all the pesticide with itself. फिर उसके बाद जब हम उसे फील्ड में यूज़ कर रहे हैं तो हम फिर और पेस्टिसाइड डाल रहे हैं अपने क्रॉप्स को बचाने के लिए. So that report is not here with me, but since I'm standing in Bikaner right now and I'm talking from MG SU, so it's better. I thought I'll just bring to your notice that even from Bikaner I have reported the pesticides which are far higher in water and milk samples. So right now there's another project which is ongoing in RR College, and it is a big project of Rashtriya Uchchata Shiksha Abhiyan 2.0 or 50 lakhs, in which we have taken the OCPs detecting 50 water samples from Alwar city. I would like to bring your interest and I would like you to take care of this mean plus minus standard error and the number of positive samples and normality. You can see how much amount of pesticide we are reporting right now. This is this year data. The more important is this is 2023-24 data. So right now this amount is pesticides being found. Now why? In India, organochlorine pesticides have been banned for use in agriculture. but they are available in public health sector. आप मलेरिया मारने के लिए DDT को यूज़ कर सकते हैं, अपनी फील्ड में नहीं यूज़ कर सकते. आप ऑल्ड्रिन को दीमक हटाने के लिए हम घर में यूज़ कर सकते हैं, पर आप फील्ड में नहीं कर सकते. और ये सब चीज़ें रेडिली आपको मार्केट में अवेलेबल है. When the country like us, which is huge, which has got a huge population, and uneducation or no education or unawareness or no awareness is blooming here. Here people even discriminate, farmers even discriminate कि हम अपने घर का अलग उगा लेंगे और दवाइयों वाला हम अलग उगा लेंगे. With these kind of concepts, people buy these kind of pesticides from the market and unethically, unknowingly, not legally, they are being used in the fields as well. How can you go and check in every field? How can you check with every farmer? They just go and ask. हमारे यहाँ तो लट लग गई है, दवाई दे दो. वो दे देता है, and they'll just put them through in the thoras. So the scenario is very big. When we talk about pesticide, this is like what we have to do. We have to sit and think about the economy and ecology both. If we don't stop here, I think so wildlife तो बाद में बचेगी, इंसान पहले खत्म हो जाएगा. So these are the report. This is the kind of report we are projecting from our college, where we have taken Alwar as our prime city. We are also working in Tijara and Bhiwadi. Like they are like 30 and 60 kilometers away from, like 60 or 100 kilometers away from Alwar. We are also working on those cities also. So this is the report only from Alwar city. So I would like to share a kind of a histogram. This is how we are using very sophisticated technique, gas liquid chromatography, by which we detect the organochlorine pesticides. First we go through the extraction and then we detect the pesticides out of it. I think it is lagging, so once it reflects here, then only I am going to talk about it. I think वहाँ तो change हो गया होगा. I really hope that you can see the histogram which comes out of our GLC, and you can see how clearly you can see the name of the pesticides detected, their concentration, and everything. So now the conclusions, what we can do. Basically, toxicologists are the people who only say that this is happening. Now the other people has to take care of other sectors, what has to be done. So I would be only talking about the pesticide. एक चीज़ मैं आपको और बताना चाहूँगी. हमारे विश्व में हम in this Mother Earth, there are two places which are unapproachable. Not I won't say unapproachable because इंसान जहाँ चाहे वो चला जा रहा है आज की तारीख में. But they are very difficult to reach. One is Mount Everest, and other is Mariana Trench. Mount Everest, we all know, is the highest peak in the world, and Mariana Trench is 20 kilometers below the sea level, down base of the sea. You go inside 20 kilometers. That is nearly the center of the earth. वहाँ पे दोनों जगह पेस्टिसाइड मिला है. Pesticide, organochlorine pesticides are found at both the places. They are found in Mariana Trench also, and they are found in the Mount Everest also. So they reach by air, they reach by water, they reach by humans, they reach by animals, they reach by anything. They have become a part and parcel of us. So what we can do? We should look forward to those pesticides which are green, which are non-bioaccumulative, which are non-bioconcentrating, which are non-biomagnifying, and we should just stop the use of pesticide totally, but again the economy of the country comes in. So it's a big thing that we should look for some pheromones, some natural ways of pest control, Chemical pesticides will continue to perform a vital role in pest management. We need to phasing out a chemical pesticide, replace them with biopesticide. Constant monitoring of drinking water should undergo advanced water treatment. We should find out some technologies by which we can take out pesticides from the water. So I again leave you with the question that we have to save ourselves with the pesticide. And since I have given you some example of bald eagle and others, so we are not only killing ourselves, our future generations, we are also killing the biodiversity of the earth. So that was all my presentation. Thank you so much. If you have any question, write in the chat box as we finish for the day. Thank you so much.
Camera on करने के लिए भी screen
हाँ बस that's all. If any questions, you can write to me. You have my WhatsApp number and